Go on to the story, girl.
How you gonna call me a boy? Now he know good and well ain't nothing.
Go, go, don't take our private conversation to the air. Go on to the story now.
Someone wants shoes and someone said you ain't let me smash yet. That's all I'm saying. Right. Speaking of buying boys' shoes, Kris Jenner is being sued for $3 billion in a sexual harassment claim. Did you not like that segue? Her former bodyguard. Now, the alleged victim, Mark McWilliams, says he was groped by the reality star, and when he complained about the inappropriate behavior, no action was taken. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts on these accusations? And can a man be taken seriously in court when accusing a woman of sexual harassment? I know it's tough because people want to make fun of the guy, right? But what do y'all think about this? Do you think he a black man, by the way? Let me just mention that. Do you think that she really did sexually harass this man? And he said she felt his groin and hands on his thighs and came up behind him and put her vagina against his butt, stuff like that. What do you think?
Yeah,
I believe it. I believe it. Those Kardashians love them a black strapping man. I believe every bit of it. I believe that he should get his money if he was sexually harassed by her, because even though they're rich and even though they're famous and even though they're influential, does not mean that they are above the law. And if he did not want it, then charge her ass and get your money.
You know, it's funny because this is one of those situations where it challenges us to expand our minds between what we are comfortable with. And all I have to say in this situation is switch the genders. If it was a woman making these allegations against a man, you'd be having the whole Me Too movement. Gloria Allred would be coming out of her shell. Every news outlet would be reported, and it would gain all this momentum trying to bring down the empire. It's a man, and now people are just kind of like, So no, I mean, women want equality in 2021. We have to treat this the same way. Unfortunately, we got to investigate it, and we got to get her finances, and we got to get all her business, and we got to wiretap her house, and we got to do all them other things that make her lose her jobs, her contracts. She need to lose her contracts and lose her shows, and the networks need to put out statements, but they don't mess with her no more the same way they do when women make these allegations against men. Do I believe it? I believe every single word. I believe every single word.
One thing too, Claudia, is like, when you have a driver, your driver is in your most intimate space. Like, I've had a driver for 20 years, and my driver is like family to me. Like they
hear everything. They hear
everything. They hear everything. They see everything. They know everything about you. They're in your most intimate space. So for him to make an allegation like this, I think it should be taken seriously, because he is around her on a daily basis for hours, in her personal business, in her professional business, with her mentally, physically, and emotionally, all and everything in between. So for him to say something like this, I 100% believe him.
We have a good question from the chat from Mather said, did this happen when Kris was with Corey? Because she's been with the guy with the hips for a while, right? The Corey Gamble guy, you know what I'm talking about? He's kind of like bottom heavy.
Yeah.
And that's her man though, but that's her guy, Al. You being shady, Al, you laughing. I was just trying to describe him.
No, he is shaped like a mustard bottle.
Are you saying he has childbearing hips?
I'm still getting over bottom heavy.
I was saying he looked like an avocado. He's shaped like an avocado.
A bowling pin?
Well, obviously that's why she was groping something else in the truck.
Okay, so she
wanted no avocado. She wanted something a little bit more like a fire extinguisher.
Oh my God! All the Corey Gamble fans are gonna come for us now.
He got fans.
Is that his name?
I promise you, that man could be standing next to me at the gas station, and I'd have no idea who he is.
Me either.
He's Kris Jenner's boo. So, what do y'all think? Do you think she did this while she was with this guy? She's been with that guy for a while. That's disrespectful to Corey. Kris Jenner, stop disrespecting Corey Gamble and them hips. He already got it hard enough in this world. It's hard for men with hips.
I would be curious to know what prompted this, right? Like, was he fired and no longer working for her? And don't get me wrong, I get that all unwarranted touching is sexual harassment, but a large part of me feels like it was playing. even though it's inappropriate, a large part of me does not feel like that woman was like, let me touch on you because I want to take you home. A large part of me feels like it's like, oh, what's going on, buddy? Looking good there. Smash.
No. Grabbing someone's groin and rubbing their glutes is not what's going on, but I hope your day is good. I think it's just like anybody else, like in a professional environment. You know, like you have a secretary that you work with. You know how many men have slept with their secretary, and they could be the ugliest secretary you've ever seen. It's because you see them every day, and eventually you find something that they got that's just amazing. So whether it's their lips, you're like, oh my God, those are the best pair of lips I've ever seen, or and they could be ugly in the face, or it could be a scent. It could be anything. That just eventually, because you're around them so much, they become attractive. I really do believe that if she grabbed his groin, like he said, you don't just you don't tap a side of somebody and grab their groin. Like that groin is in between two legs. Like you gotta locate that thing. So I feel like definitely he didn't say that it was her language. He said that it was an act. So that goes from intent to an action, which leads to harassment. That's a case.
When you're powerful like that, it's scary to do it. And then you're also a target. So it's like, it's hard for us to know, you know what I mean? Like, it's like she can, on one hand, she could be like, I could do what I want. No one tells me no, I'm Kris Jenner. Or she's very, very much so a target where anyone that's like, you know what, I'm mad. I don't like how I got let go. I want a bag. I want this 3 million. So we don't really know. And I made jokes about her, but
take a lie detector test.
And but that's why
did you grab his groin or not? Take a lie detector test.
That's why the only reason why I'm questioning it now is because we got this thing that we do in the culture when women come out, and we always say, well, why is she coming out now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's making me ask, why now? Like, you didn't report this the day after it happened.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think of it like that.
That's why I'm asking, why now? Like, was he let go? Was he no longer working for them? Like, what's the catalyst to him coming out?
I had a sexual harassment case before, and I stayed throughout it, and I just constantly kept trying to see if one of the female execs there would try to help me out. And I was like, this is a good job, and I don't want to lose it. It's 99% good. Everybody but this one person who's dead now, so I can kind of talk about it. So it was like, it happened, and I had to avoid him at work and try to like dodge him in the hallways and like not be alone with him and all kind of stuff. And it gave me a lot of anxiety where I was sick all the time. And then when they wanted to kind of change the setup with my hours and kind of like rotate the models and stuff, they gave me a choice, and I said, I'm out. But I had already spoken to my lawyer, because it's like, it was almost a relief. Like, I'm glad it changed, because now I can tell what he was doing, because no one before me, like I wasn't the first girl. I was like the 18th girl, but no one else would ever get like, it was too powerful of a situation, much like this. So it's like, it ain't gonna go. No one's gonna help me. It's so hard. I threw a Hail Mary. I ended up winning, and they settled with me. So, right. And then it came out there was 18 other girls. And I was like, wow, why didn't no one else do it before me? Everyone's scared.
Think about it with her. Like you said, she's very powerful. It's probably now funky because they probably legally have been tying it up. That's true. Legally, they know how to wear you down to where you can't get anywhere with it. So finally, he's probably like, okay, you don't want to settle this the correct way, then I'm going to go play with you in the media. And the way the story read to me is like he finally had enough and was like, okay, listen, since I'm not getting anywhere with the lawyers, he probably owes the lawyer a ton of money. He can't use the lawyer anymore. So what he's going to do is he's going to bring her to the mat in the media and make her do some type of settlement, which I promise you, the Kardashians know how to make things go away. This is going to be a non-story come Saturday when she puts on the table whatever it is that she's offering him to stop talking about it. Okay. And they're going to put a confidentiality agreement around it. He's going to shut up. He's going to move on. He's going to have his money. But this is a lesson. I don't care how powerful you are. If he don't want you to touch him, you can't grab his